Tonight, a damning report reveals the amount of lead in the air within Port Pirie is at a 4-year high. And Broken Hill's Jubilee Oval set for a major redevelopment thanks to a multi-million-dollar funding boost.
This is Southern Cross News with Abby Donaldson.
Good evening. A damning report has revealed lead levels in Port Pirie is at a 4-year high. A combination of construction at the Near Star smelter site and environmental factors are thought to have caused the increase, with experts concerned about the health implications.
A cloud looms over Port Pirie's lead smelter. A new quarterly report by the Environmental Protection Authority has shown that lead in the city's air has more than doubled since 2014.
The emissions do present an environmental issue, and that can present a health issue to the community.
Older remnants of the plant, such as the glass furnace and sinter, are ongoing issues of concern.
So it is difficult for them, and until they get the new plant fully commissioned and the old plant turned off, it's going to require a lot of control to reduce the emissions.
The smelter's multi-million-dollar redevelopment appears to be a catch-22. In the long term, it will guarantee a cleaner and safer Port Pirie, but in the short term, construction at the plant is generating higher levels of lead in the air. This year's drought has been another contributor to the rise in lead levels. Low rainfall and a harsh sun is creating dusty conditions. However, the news isn't all doom and gloom, with environmental specialists expecting the levels to drop substantially in the coming years. Dominic Beaton, Southern Cross News.
A Port Lincoln primary school is taking a new approach to tackling bullying in the yard. Peace Pack aims to help students recognise bullying and how to manage relationships and conflict.
It's an issue that affects a quarter of all students, and Port Lincoln Primary is one of 26 primary schools across South Australia trialling a new anti-bullying initiative developed by Flinders University.
We began as a whole school in anti-bullying right at the beginning of the year, right across the whole school. So when this project came up in term 3, it was a bit of a gift for us because we're already working on it.
It's called the Peace Approach, and it looks at the principles of preparation, education, action, coping and evaluation.
We haven't had a lot of bullying. I mean, all schools have bullying, but we wanted to work on the students' resilience and giving them more strategies to problem solve themselves.
Hoping that we can actually get on top of it by giving the students the power and really empowering our students.
Anne takes the lessons with every class once a fortnight, but has been running research sessions with the Year 5s and 6s. Utilising drama and group activities, she's amazed at how the students have responded.
I think the most important thing is there's lots of conversations with students to talk to each other, and it's been great for us to see the growth that's happening.
I found it helping for how to stop it.
I think it's actually helped bullying in the schoolyard because it's helped children not be bullied as much, and people haven't been bullied, I've noticed.
Feedback from the classes will be gathered next term to develop a statewide anti-bullying strategy for all schools in 2019. Casey Trelaw, Southern Cross News.
An AFL pre-season game in Broken Hill is a step closer, with Jubilee Oval set for a major redevelopment. The state government will spend over $2 million to bring the historic ground into the 21st century.
It's a historic oval that's witnessed Broken Hill's history across many decades and generations. Jubilee Oval is an icon of the Silver City, but it's now showing its age. No major oval upgrades have occurred since World War II, with the amenities from a bygone era. And as the years have passed, its lack of modern facilities have hurt its ability to lure big events to the region. That's changing with the ground set for a facelift. The state government will contribute over $2.5 million towards the new complex. New LED lights will be constructed to increase the visibility available. It's hoped this will lure more summer sports to the ground. A new grandstand complex is also set to be built to give patrons and players better amenities. But the big aim is more towards a winter sports code. The changes are being made as part of an eventual goal to have the Adelaide Crows play in the city. The AFL's pre-season comp takes matches to the country and regional areas, and are heavily sought after by country towns and cities. Broken Hill is also gaining interest for women's AFL matches and country rugby league, and this new complex could help secure them. John Hunt, Southern Cross News.
With the October long weekend underway, police are urging drivers to take extra caution when hitting the roads. From today, police will be targeting the fatal 5 offences which contribute most to accidents. That's drink and drug driving, distraction, dangerous road users, seatbelts and speed.
We haven't had a fatality-free October long weekend for 10 years. In the last 5 years, we've lost 8 people over that period of time. We've had 41 serious injury crashes. So please be aware that police will be all over the state. We will be highly visible. So
if you're heading off on a road trip this long weekend, please take care. Well, there's some good news for Broken Hill's budding business owners. A state government initiative is making it easier for locals to open a cafe, restaurant or bar from scratch.
From an idea to reality in 90 days or less.
This means it'll reduce the red tape for small business. It'll be a quicker process.
The state government's Easy to Do Business program is now live in Broken Hill. Many will tell you launching a new business isn't easy. In the hospitality sector, it used to mean filling out over 40 forms, visiting multiple government agencies and waiting over a year. Now, locals complete one form online, call one phone number and open a cafe, restaurant or small bar in just 3 months.
And what it means is for the local economy, not only do the locals benefit from small business, but we also have the visitors come. And the visitors say, this is a place we want to stay.
It's hoped people will no longer be reluctant to starting their own budding business.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing for the people that want to start up a new cafe in town. It's great for the town, nice and easy.
You don't have to go the rigorous way of coming in, waiting at council, going through the steps, getting all the paperwork. You'll be able to get that access very quickly. It'll be more compact.
Those thinking about starting up a business in the Silver City are encouraged to visit the Service New South Wales website.
I'm looking forward to getting feedback from those that are starting up their business, those that are looking to expand. How is this working for them?
Patrick Ryanke, Southern Cross News.
Still to come tonight, how a local fishing charter is reaching out to help farmers doing it tough. And revamped Port Pirie pub Sportys earns more national recognition. A South Australian fishing charter is reaching out to help farmers who need to take their minds off the stressful dry season by offering free fishing trips.
A free trip of a lifetime for those in need.
A bit of an outing to get them just step away from the farm for just a short period of time and just relax for a bit, get away from the stress of everyday life that they've been dealing with for the last few years actually now.
John Tiller runs Keena's Fish SA fishing charters and says almost half of his clientele are farmers, with many across the country and in parts of SA doing it tough in the drought. He decided to lend a hand in the only way he knew how.
I'm offering a 3-day charter out of Coffin Bay. It'll be chasing the kingfish, Samson fish, tuna, shark, a variety of other mixed reef species. I'm doing a trip out of Port Lincoln here as well.
And for farmers keen to take to the seas, they only need to bring themselves.
I'll supply everything, rods, bait, fuel, everything is basically, I'm just shouting them a day out fishing and some fun really.
Offering them a chance to let their worries float away for just a moment.
You can look back on land and go, oh, that's my trouble over there, but you're out on the water and you're relaxed and just takes your mind off it just being out in the open ocean.
The first trips off the Eyre Peninsula will head out in March after harvest, and for any farmers wanting to jump on board, get in touch with Keena's Fish SA fishing charters. There is also a day trip available from Marion Bay next month before the harvest rush. Casey Trelaw, Southern Cross News.
Oh, I love it. Well, Whyalla High School is 75 this year and will celebrate the milestone in November. Ex-students are being invited to join in the emotional celebrations, which will be the last major anniversary before it closes.
Whyalla's oldest high school is gearing up for a significant occasion. After opening in the winter of 1943 as Whyalla Technical High School, it's now turning 75. The front building is one of the few in Whyalla heritage listed. Generations of Whyalla families have been students or sent their kids here.
So it's very exciting that we're here now in 2018, celebrating 75 years.
It's marking the occasion from November 30 until December 2. A twilight market will run Friday night, with a school open Saturday and Sunday. The headline act will be Saturday night at the Westlands, where ex-students and teachers are invited for a gala dinner.
We've got ex-students coming back as well to perform, so some music and things like that as well, but it will just be so good to see everyone again.
This is also the last major anniversary before the bell rings for the final time, with a new combined 7 to 12 school opening in 2022.
I think we will get a lot of people come along to see the school, and it's in its final years.
And the current students are preparing to play a big role over the weekend.
For the Twilight Fair in particular, they're going to be providing stalls for people to come along and get involved in some activities.
John Hunt, Southern Cross News.
A Sterling North firefighter is back on home soil after a stint in the US helping fight the Californian bushfires. The CFS volunteer is already focusing on protecting the region this bushfire season.
A sea of red. Fierce flames, some 90 metres high, swallow nearby bushland. These are some of the conditions Phil Tapscott faced when he was sent overseas to help battle the Californian bushfires.
Fire activity during the day was quite extreme.
The Sterling North firefighter was one of two from South Australia who assisted their American comrades control the blaze that tore through 450,000 acres.
The fire that I was at was probably the biggest fire I've ever been to.
Phil arrived back in the country just weeks ago, and he's already focused on what is predicted to be a busy fire season for CFS crews.
I don't think our conditions will be anything different to what they're experiencing in the United States at the moment. Very dry and hot conditions.
The seasonal bushfire outlook has flagged the Upper Spencer Gulf and Flinders Ranges as increased fire risks.
We are preparing ourselves, we're preparing our crews and getting them trained up for the upcoming season.
The CFS want the public to take preventative measures on their properties too.
And make sure their gutters are clean, their yards are clean of debris, weeds, fallen branches and all that kind of stuff.
As well as a bushfire safety plan, which fireys say can result in a case of life or death.
Keep an eye out for bushfires because they will happen this year, and it is likely that they will happen early.
Garth Burley, Southern Cross News.
A Port Pirie pub is gaining nationwide recognition after taking out a major gong at the Australian Hotel Association Awards. The newly revamped Sportys Tavern on Watertown Road beat other rural bars for their excellent service.
Almost everyone thinks their local watering hole is the best one there is. But for some Port Pirie locals, they might just be telling the truth. Sportys Tavern has taken home gold at the Australian Hotels Association's Awards.
We won the Best Bar presentation and service in the country area in the National AHA Awards now, so Australia-wide.
Unknown to management, the recently revamped pub was covertly judged by AHA members, who then nominated the bar for on-service and presentation. Sportys had serious competition from rival states, including the Public House in Albury, New South Wales.
Pretty much every winner of every state from all the AHA states was entered into it, so it was a fair crowd to be in there.
The pub's owner had to travel all the way to Queensland to attend the awards, and they couldn't be happier with the results. The impressive amount of legroom out in the beer garden might have been a key influencer. A national award for excellence has definitely earned some Sportys regulars some serious bragging rights. Dominic Beaton, Southern Cross News.
Well, time is running out for budding filmmakers to submit an entry for Broken Hill's Perfect Light Film Festival. And as Patrick Reinke explains, you don't have to be the next Steven Spielberg to enter.
Sunlight, camera, action.
We've got a great program this year. We're really looking forward to it.
Last year saw the first ever Perfect Light Film Festival held in Broken Hill, a film festival powered by the sun. The chilly conditions didn't dampen a night full of fun and interesting short films. Organisers say this year is shaping up to be bigger and better.
And this year I think we're offering $1,000 for the cash prize for first place and some other goodies as well.
Mr Bastoni is encouraging current and upcoming filmmakers to get their entries in. All finalists will be shown on the big screen in front of thousands of people.
The Perfect Light Film Festival is a great platform for emerging filmmakers to have their work showcased in front of industry professionals. It's a great platform to make a start in filmmaking.
And you don't have to be a Christopher Nolan or Quentin Tarantino to enter. Sometimes the bare essentials can be enough.
Where the average punter with a mobile phone and a plug-in microphone that costs about $50 online can produce a good quality video. You know, you can actually go online and teach yourself how to edit through YouTube and iMovie and things like that.
Entries can be made on the Perfect Light Film Festival's website. Patrick Ryankey, Southern Cross News.
Stay with us after the break. We'll tell you how the EP will be represented in tomorrow's AFL Grand Final. And in the weather, it's going to be a sunny weekend and it's really going to warm up by Tuesday. I'll have all the local weather details next. Welcome back. Well, the EP will be represented in tomorrow's AFL Grand Final blockbuster. Collingwood's Levi Greenwood has been selected to take on the Eagles. Originally from Port Pirie, Levi played junior footy in Whyalla and for the Port Magpies in the Sandful. Drafted by North Melbourne, he played 74 games for the club before being traded to Collingwood in 2015. And don't forget, we're the only place you can see the Grand Final live, and exclusive coverage gets underway at 8:30 a.m. Go the Eagles. And time now to take a look at what's happening in the weather for the weekend. Well, it was a mostly fine day around the region today with some odd light showers here and there for areas. 20 was the max for Port Augusta. On the satellite, the reason for the light rain is because of cloud over western and central SA with a low pressure trough. And taking a look at the waters for your Saturday, southerly shifting southwesterly winds up to 20 knots, seas at 2 metres, and the sunrise is at 6:03 tomorrow morning. And nothing but sunny skies for your Saturday. Gorgeous conditions, 21 the top in Port Augusta, Coffin Bay and Clare heading for a top of 15 degrees. Warming up to 26 degrees on Sunday in Woodna, cloud cover creeping in on Monday, 23 the top for Cleve, and it's going to really feel more like summer on Tuesday, while temps will be in the low 20s for Port Lincoln over the coming days. Gorgeous sunny conditions further up the Gulf too, 24 the top for Whyalla on Sunday, and cloudy Monday forecast for all centres, and gee whiz, it's really warming up by Tuesday, 32 the top for Port Augusta. And lastly, nothing but sunshine this weekend, 25 the top for Port Pirie on Sunday, 28 the max in Broken Hill, and partly cloudy conditions for Tuesday, but warming up to 31 degrees in Port Pirie. So summer is certainly around the corner. Well, you want to tune in to Channel 84 this Sunday with the ultimate lifestyle and reality channel, 9 Life, coming to your free-to-air screens, bringing favourite programs like $1 Million Listing and The Real Housewives. And that's the local news this Friday. Have a great and safe long weekend, and we'll see you again on Tuesday. Good night.